Let's just say it's a good thing that I had realistic expectations for my first month back on the keto diet. We're just gonna jump right into this. It's been a month. I'm posting this a little bit late, so yeah. So I started off at 179 pounds a month ago, and after the first week, if you remember that video, I was down to 174.6, so I had lost 4.4 pounds. Yeah, I decided to wait till the end of the month to do the photos again, to weigh myself again. This is what I weighed this morning. My total weight loss for the entire first month back on keto is only 4.2 pounds. I'm gonna stick with this and I'm gonna hope that the end of month 2 is showing a bit more change on the scale. However, I did take photos again this morning and measurements, and I just want to say that this is where I could see the difference. I've lost 2 inches on my waist, and I measure right above my belly button, so it's like where my waist is biggest. And I was pretty excited about that, like 2 inches, that's pretty freaking good. The lower belly, I measure it like at the top of the little tattoos, because that's where my stomach like sticks out the most. And that I only lost 1/2 inch on, but for me, that is the last place that I lose any inches at all. So to see at least 1/2 inch, I was, happy about that. And again, I measured under the bra line, so right where the bra ends, and that's my way of measuring my back fat, and I lost 2 inches on that area. So I'm looking at this photo, and I feel like I look a lot more bloated in day 1. Like that shadow on the side of my belly, it just it's super, super dark and defined. I think because of how far out my stomach was sticking. And to be fair, my face looks a little bit different only because I'm tilting my chin up. Now, the side picture, at first I couldn't really see it. I was like, I saw it so much more with the front-facing photo. But the more I look at it, the more I realize that my stomach, it's like changed shape. Like in the first one, it's jutting out, and it's this like thing that's protruding from my body. And it's still protruding on day 30, but it's kind of sloped. Does that make sense? I don't know. There's something slopey looking about it, like it's at an angle now. I don't know. You guys tell me if you see anything here. Do you guys see a difference in the photos? I felt like I did. I'm really glad that I did measurements. I'm always glad that I did measurements, and I'd encourage anyone that's trying something new, or even if you're like in the middle of your weight loss journey. I'm like over a year into mine, where I've tried different things and failed different things and all sorts of nonsense. But I'm glad that I always take pictures, I always take measurements, and I don't just rely on the scale, because clearly the scale does not tell you everything. It is one form of measurement, and it is not the end-all be-all of your weight loss journey. It doesn't reflect everything that you're doing. As far as food goes, I've been keeping it pretty simple. I don't get too experimental with like trying to keto-fy everything. I'm eating like roasted veggies like broccoli and cauliflower. A lot of times I just dig into the leftovers, so there were 2 bratwursts left over the other night, and so I cut them up the next day and put them on a bed of infant spinach and just made like a little bratwurst spinach salad. I figured we put chicken on salads, shrimp, steak. Why not bratwurst? There was one little snack idea that I wanted to share. If you do the keto diet or you're familiar with 90-second bread, I make my own little version of 90-second bread. It's not really too different. I think that there are only like a couple of things that I change about it. When I first went gluten-free, I started buying like gluten-free bagels and gluten-free English muffins, and I really got used to just eating one of those toasted with cream cheese and cinnamon. And it was really good, and I miss it so much, but my goodness, one of those gluten-free bagels was like over 50 grams of carbs. So I can't be doing that anymore. So I thought I'll just use 90-second bread and I'll make my own little thing. So this is what you're going to need. Basically just baking powder, an egg, some fine almond flour, and coconut oil. I add cinnamon and truvia, but you don't have to. Take a tablespoon of the coconut oil or MCT oil, whichever one you want to use. You could even use butter if you want. And I just microwave it for 20 seconds to melt it so it mixes better. Trust me, it makes a difference. And I just take 3 tablespoons of the almond flour. My cat is watching. He thinks it's for him. It is not for you, Magnum. So hopeful. And I guess the dog was hiding back there too. They hear clanking sounds. I don't know. So that was half a teaspoon of baking powder. And basically just add your egg next to last. I put a packet of truvia and some cinnamon because I want it to be a little bit sweet. And that is just what I do. So mix it up and throw it in the microwave for 1.5 minutes. I know that looks so appetizing. And it turns into this little puff. And you don't have to do it this way. You could totally use it like an English muffin, like the way you would for a breakfast sandwich. You could just put butter on it and fry an egg and throw some spinach on it and make a really glorious sandwich. But that's not what I did here. And also, soften your cream cheese. Don't be a delinquent like me. Like, I have no business in anyone's kitchen. I should not be allowed in, I shouldn't be allowed in my own kitchen. Look at this. Look, the dog is judging me. Everyone's judging me. But I tried. Gave it my best shot. Added more truvia because I had a little left. And some nutmeg. Not everyone likes nutmeg, and that's okay. Boys and girls, it is now time for snakes and spiders. So if you have any fear of either, now would be the time to leave. Before it started getting chilly here in Colorado, I had finally found a snake visitor, and I was so excited about it. I know, not everyone likes snakes. I get it. I know. I'm not one of those people. I like them. I think they're pretty. And of course, I did find a spider in my house. And it's like the first spider I've found in a very long time. So yeah, it sort of popped out from underneath the hand towel while I was on the toilet, and it startled me because I just saw this little black thing fall out of the corner of my eye, and I thought it was a black widow at first, so I caught it carefully, and immediately I noticed it's not a black widow. It's dark, like dark brown, but it didn't have the red hourglass shape on the belly. So I took it outside and I let it go, and I let it go like on the house, so I'm sure it'll be back inside, which is fine with me, but I didn't want to let it go too far away from the house. I don't know why. I don't know if I thought maybe like with it getting cold, like the spider might freeze, so it needs to be close to the house so it could find shelter, like in our piles of leaves and stuff. I don't know. But yes, this is a false widow. Unfortunately, like, they get killed a lot because people just assume that it's a black widow, but they're not. And they have pretty different markings, but they have like the exact same body shape. And I think that is something that people see and they just instantly think that it's a black widow and they kill it. But even if it was a black widow, you guys know me. I would not kill this thing. I would catch it just like I did this one, and I'd take it outside. I had a really nice mental health day this past weekend, and I went and explored this area called 11 Mile Canyon. It's a state park, and it's about 9,000 feet in elevation. Just being outside, I don't know, getting sunlight and hearing birds and seeing bugs. I need all of those things. That is all I've got, and I hope to talk to you guys soon. And sorry this took so long. I got carried away reading missed connections ads on Craigslist. I can't help it. It's so funny to me. See you guys next time. Bye.